everyone, so we've got another GR Yaris in the Whifbitz workshop. It's a really good spec, this car. It's got some lovely bits on it. Nice set of Wed Sport TC105X wheels, Nitron one-way coilovers, TRD front spoiler. Not sure what the brand of side skirts are. Got a Tom's rear wing, and it's got the Tom's rear bumper vents and the Tom's Racing rear diffuser as well. It's also got a CAE shifter. These are really, really good. They really speed up the shift, make it feel much sharper, and definitely recommended. It's also got a Cobra full exhaust system with sports cat. Under the bonnet, we've got a World Speed intake manifold. These are really nice. They just bolt straight on in place as a standard manifold. And we've also got a lovely carbon filter made by SF Sprint. I haven't seen one of these before, but they look really, really nice, really good. And a lovely design as well. Looks like it'll work really well. This one came into us with an engine issue. The customer reported a lack of power and the engine not sounding right. So the first thing to do was take it for a quick drive to see if we can see what the problem is. So as soon as we did that, we noticed a misfire. So first thing to do was change the spark plugs. The customer didn't really know when they were changed last. Put a set of HK spark plugs in. Another quick test drive, and the misfire was still there. So the next thing to try was a set of coil packs. We've got a good known used set of coil packs here we use in this situation just for testing purposes. So we put those in and the misfire was gone. Now that's the second car we've had this week with the same issue. The other car wasn't quite as bad as this one, but it still had a misfire which was cured with a new set of coil packs. So that's good news for the customers. He thought he had a serious engine problem. As the GR Yaris are getting a bit older, we're finding more and more issues with them. We've had coil packs fail, oil pressure sensors, boost sensors, cam sensors, timing chain tensioners, aircon compressor, all failing. And I keep hearing other stuff too, including engines going bang. Like for instance, I had an email from a customer recently. His engine failed. He took it to Toyota and they diagnosed it as a timing chain snapping, which totally destroyed the engine. So I might do another video on this, going into more details of the issues they suffer with. So watch out for that. So anyway, back to this car. So before we do anything else, let's give it a power run on the dyno to see how much power it makes and do a data log to check everything is safe. Okay, as you can see from the dyno graph attached, it's making 264 wheel horsepower, which is about 319 brake horsepower at the flywheel. So it's definitely been mapped in the past, but looking at the data logs, it's running lean with too much boost and ignition timing. Basically a ticking time bomb as it is. So after a quick chat with the customer, he agreed to have one of our custom maps on the Ecutek tuning platform. So the next step on this one is to get the ECU unlocked and Ecutek installed. So before we start tuning it, we always like to do a power run with the standard factory map installed. We can do that with Ecutek, so we put the standard map back on using Ecutek before we put one of our tuned files on it. So let's do that and see what power it makes with a standard map on it. Okay, so as you can see from the dyno graph, it's making 237 wheel horsepower, which is an estimated 287 brake horsepower at the flywheel. So on our dyno, a totally standard car normally produces around 216 wheel horsepower, which is 263 brake horsepower. So it's making about the right power with the mods that are fitted to it. So let's get the tuned map installed on the car and see what the power difference is. Right, okay, as you can see, it's making 252 wheel horsepower, which is about 305 brake horsepower at the flywheel. But we normally see about 270 wheel horsepower, 325 brake horsepower with these mods and the map. So something's not quite right here. It's a little bit down on power. Looking at the data logs, I can see there's a lot of knock and it's putting timing out. So to me, it's showing all the signs of bad fuel. So I think what we'll do on this one is drain the fuel out of the car and put some fresh Tesco 99 Momentum fuel in it to see if that helps and give it another run. Well, that's definitely helped. So with no other changes apart from the fuel, the power jumped up from 252 wheel horsepower, which is 305 brake horsepower, to 266 wheel horsepower, which is 321 brake horsepower to flywheel. So basically a 16 brake horsepower gain just from the fresh fuel. It's still running slightly lower than we normally get, but I think there's still some bad fuel floating around the tank, which will take a bit of time to burn off. The Ecutek map has also got the rolling anti-lag feature added on. We've also activated the flat foot shifting. These are both part of the Ecutek tuning platform we use. We normally activate them on all the maps we do here.